Yo, Girthy Gang, what the freaking heck is going on? So, if you watched video yesterday, we watched Ian Tongi and James Blunt sing Monsters together, and I just watched that right now, probably like 15, 20 minutes ago. So, after having some tears run down the face, we're needing to shift a little bit to some funny stuff. So, we got Bert Kreischer and Theo Von remember being with girls while they were growing up. So, I'm excited for this. I just kind of got into Theo Von stuff. I've seen Bert's, not quite a bit, but some of his stuff, and I'm excited to watch The Machine. I don't know if it's out yet. I think it's potentially about to be out. So let's witness this of them being with girls growing up.
Jacking off meant you were gay. When I was a kid, I thought jacking off meant you were gay. Like, I didn't know that meant that you just were a regular person.
Right.
And so I lived with that until I was 18 years old.
You were jerking off thinking you were gay, though.
I just thought I must be gay. I can't stop. I must be one of those weird gay guys that's only attracted to women because I don't.
Is that a thing that's normal for people to think? What about? I'm trying to figure out what about that would make you think you're gay. Oh, that's definitely interesting. We actually, little sidebar, we had a friend growing up that didn't jerk it until he was in his 20s. And we, to this day, I don't know if he actually has. And I can only, that, like, do you not get, I got blue ball once and I thought it was ending. I thought everything was done. I was done for. I couldn't imagine, like, getting blue ball and not, like, getting rid of it. So that's interesting. I wonder if maybe he thinks that.
I'm only jacking off to chicks, and I'm hooking up with chicks. I had sex with a chick, but I can't quit jacking off. And then we got into our fraternity, and they said something about jacking off, and I was like, hold on, you guys do that? And they're like, everyone does it. And I was like, where the fuck was this open and honesty?
Yeah.
Like, where was this my whole entire fucking life?
And they call it jacking off with the word, like a name Jack in it.
No, that's when they
Jacking it sounds so much more aggressive.
started calling it rubbing one out. Oh, everyone rubs one out. Yeah, and I was like, rubs one out. And they're like, yeah, you know. And I was like,
dude, Eddie Bravo said people would just used to say play with themselves.
Yeah.
And it was totally normal. What's going on today, man? I'm probably gonna just, have some Kool-Aid and maybe play with myself, or maybe,
Some Kool-Aid and play with
get a new harp or something.
dude, I wish that had happened earlier for me growing up.
Dude, he made it to 18 and thought that was a gay thing?
Because it was, I really was like, I must be a pervert.
Yeah.
There must be something wrong with me. Like, I don't think I ever really, like, at a certain age, you go, I'm definitely straight. I'm sleeping with, I had lost my virginity to a chick. All I want are chicks. I remember the first time I felt a chick up in the bushes. Remember when you go back into the bushes?
Oh, yeah.
And just make out, just play with your tit a million different ways. You're like, I've been waiting for this day my entire fucking life. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like,
oh, dude, I remember some girl didn't want me to, she was like so nervous about like God, I guess, seeing us touch each other or whatever.
I don't know where he's going with this, but I did hear there was somebody growing up that was like very into going to church and stuff, and they were saving sex till marriage, but then they had anal because they thought that it wasn't. I don't know if they didn't think it was sex or if, like, I don't know. I still to this day I'm still kind of confused about it, but I wonder if that's where this is going.
On a golf course, right?
yeah. Oh shit.
She was
God
so nervous.
Damn it.
She took her fucking pants off and everything, and then like tried to cover as much of her body as she could with fucking sand, right? So then I'm young, dude. I can get through some sand for some crotch, Like, this is,
Yeah.
this is fucking, I'm fired up. You know what I'm saying? I could probably shoot semen through a fucking wall of sand at that time. And
As a
still
golfer
hit a
would say,
vagina.
she was a fried egg.
Look. So then I'm playing with this, touching this girl's crotch with sand everywhere, and it was
that could not have felt good for her.
It ended up kind of stopping the scenario, and she and she didn't, she got, I don't want to say sick, but she had to, talk to her mom and stuff a bunch after that.
I got a sand.
He just casually says this shit.
Hand job one time in Clearwater Beach.
Did you? Oh, yeah. Every hand job is sand on there, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, you can't keep sand off your dick north of Destin.
Just rubbing the skin off, and you just were like, it'll be over in a second. We just got to get through this. This is the hard part.
This is love.
This is mile 20 of the marathon. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Dude, yeah, fuck yeah. God, I miss those days. Like when you like you'd get so excited to touch body, and you'd be like, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah.
Like I remember the first time I fingered a chick. I was
Oh
on
wow.
Secret Time. I was in
Because secret time.
the haunted house ride at Disney World in Orlando, and it was the part where
What?
like, and I never thought about it. I never like, I was in 8th grade, and I was like, we're making out on the ride, and I'm playing with her boob,
Mm.
and then all of a sudden I just was like, let's see if this works, and it just went in so quick, and like it just worked. It just went,
Yeah.
and I was like, whoa, and then
On the ride?
I didn't know what to do with my finger, and I just left it there like I was taking her temperature.
Yeah.
Just left it in there like, yeah, pretty nice, huh?
That's
I could be going way out on a limb here, and we're gonna get to know each other a little bit more. But I feel like I don't know if it was because I started watching adult films when I was super young. Like I would say like 5th to 6th grade. But like I felt like I didn't have a time where I didn't have an idea like that. Like I don't remember having a time like that. Maybe I did. I don't know. I just feel there were 2 times that vividly I remember. The first time that I fingered a girl, and then the second time that it was like, I don't know if like it was like when we first started dating, and like I didn't know if she was down for it, so like I was doing stuff on the outside of her jeans, but like the way that I was doing it, like I rubbed the knuckle on my thumb raw. So okay, maybe I did. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I've said that out loud and really thought about it, I have had one of these moments. But I don't know. Maybe it was like because of that moment, I was prepared when I actually got in. But that was after the first time I had fingered a girl. Fuck, I'm lost now. This is really taking me for a spin.
Swaggy, dude.
And she's like, huh? I'm like, yeah. Okay. You're about done?
That's an old doctor move, dude.
Dude.
Bro, I remember one time.
And I also got to interrupt this. I remember there was a guy that we grew up with that like it was the first time he went to do this, and he like was above the area and just massaging the some would call it a fupa, but I don't know what the medical term for it is. It's the area right below the belly button but above the vagine, and he was massaging it. And afterwards, the girl told all her friends that he was like sitting there talking, and he was like, "You like this? You like this?" And she was like, "What the hell am I supposed to be liking right now?" So that's one of the best stories growing up. I feel like we had.
I was doing a college show somewhere. This is like 10 years ago. And afterwards, I was drinking at a house right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know the house was on campus, but the police show up and they say this house is technically on campus. It didn't look like it was on campus at all. It was like a regular house.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a dormitory or like a quadruplex or anything like that. So the cops came, took me to jail, right? And there was this girl I was flirting with, and I was like excited, maybe I get to hook up. Well, anyway, I get back to the hotel where my buddies are staying in the morning. The girl slept over. She hooked up with my buddy, right?
Yeah.
And
Had some of those moments.
And
Not
he
to
had
go into
broken
jail, though.
Both of his, he had 2 broken arms though. So my other buddy had to hold him up while he was fucking her. He got on top of her, but then my other buddy, who was real strong, like Adonis, leaned over and just held him up the whole time by his chin.
What an absolute Chad of a homie.
Best.
Yeah.
So he could just like dangle his arms, like because my buddy was on top, like he could just dangle his arms and still have sex. And then me and the girl ended up having sex, dude. And she had the darkest bush I've ever seen in my life. And it was like 3 or 4 inches long, and it was straight. She was like black. She was African American, but just kind of in the pussy. And it was.
The shit that he says is so unhinged and so funny, and it's like he's not even trying to be funny, but that almost makes it funnier.
She was like black. She was African American, but just kind of in the pussy. And it was just the hair was just very, it was more of African type of hair, and it was just so exciting. It was such an exciting time, and that was up in Binghamton, I think.
I remember in my junior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it must have been sophomore year of high school. We're at Ty Rodriguez's house, and everyone's hooking up. Like it was just a bunch of girls, bunch of guys. It's just like just like fucking like I think what did they call it, like make-out fest or something. And then the next morning, we're all eating breakfast, and everyone was like, "Did you hook up?" I was like, "Yeah, I made out pretty fucking aggressively with, I'm just saying name, like Jennifer." And
Yeah.
they're like, "Really?" And my buddy Sean Hooker goes, "What time?" And I go,
Oh, what an asshole.
probably like
Nighttime?
1. And he goes, "You think it was 1 or more around 2?" I said, "Well, I don't know. It was right before we all went to bed." And they started laughing. I go, "Why?" And he goes, "Because she was sucked my dick at midnight." And I was like,
Oh.
And that's when everyone's like, "So wait, what's Hooker's dick taste?" I shouldn't say his name, I guess. Well, fuck it. What's Hooker's dick
He
taste
knows,
like?
yeah. He knows, man. Wow.
But yeah, those fucking times you're like, "Oh God, this is gonna make me into a comedian." I guess I gotta have a sense of humor about this shit. I've never been a cool dude with chicks. I wish.
Really?
Never. I could never turn it off.
But oh, I could see that.
I was always trying to be funny. Even when we got back to the room,
Feel like I can relate to Bert here a little bit on this one.
I just couldn't turn it off. I was like-
Really?
yeah, I get uncomfortable. And then like leaning in for a first kiss. Oh, dude, that's like, it's almost like talking a different language for me. Like to be able to like go from what this is right here, like this energy right here,
Yeah.
which will work. This works with a chick. Like
Yeah.
hanging out, making her laugh, get back to the room, and then going from this to
Yeah, slow. Dude, remember how whenever you were
what
young?
fuck face is this?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Crazy, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like
Oh.
kissing a fucking lizard.
And I kiss with my eyes open.
Oh, really?
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's insane.
Scared the shit out of some chicks before.
What?
And then they open their eyes like, "What the fuck?" And you're like, what?
I relate on that first part. I do not relate to that part.
But dude, that heat, bro. I remember we played spin the bottle at this party, and like the prettiest girl in our town, dude. This girl I was in love with this girl. Her name was Emily Baumgartner. And she
great last
was
name.
gonna kiss me. And I got this weird feeling. At first I thought that she had to vomit and I had to vomit at the same time. I didn't know what the feeling was, right? But later on in life I realized it means we kind of were into each other. Because I was like, what are the odds?
I love that your first kiss. It is so weird, like a.
Yeah, that was just.
And then you're like, "Oh, now I'm getting sick." Like, "Oh my God, Theo, that's fucking brilliant." Oh my God, that's so fucking brilliant. She goes in to kiss you, but it does look like you're about to be sick. Like she's like, and then you're like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna throw up now. Oh, do you want to get a bucket?" Oh my God, because if I see someone throw up, I throw up.
And then we just put each other's mouths and the fucking forces collide. But no, for me it was, there was something going on between us and she liked me.
Yeah.
And I thought whenever like we looked at each other, there was this weird feeling, and that's when I thought we're both gonna vomit. Like I was like, "Oh, something. Does she have to vomit? Maybe it was just uncomfortable." But then it was time to kiss, like the bottle spun or whatever, and then I was like, "Holy shit, I'm gonna fucking kiss like the girl of my dreams." And I didn't know how to kiss anybody, dude. And as I got closer to her, my mouth kept opening wider and wider up because I'd seen something on television, right? Yeah. And then I literally just wrapped my whole fucking mouth like around her kind of mouth and chin.
Oh.
And somebody laughed, dude. Some little fucking imp, some little fucking Mulan bluebird.
What would you rather have? You ready?
Yeah.
What would you rather have?
I'd rather that she had an Instagram so that I could see her once in a while, because she doesn't.
She doesn't?
There's no pictures. She could be deceased, and if she is, I'm really sorry to her family. But
Dude, it's so funny, and he's just like, is so innocent. I feel like everything that he says.
never seen any pictures of her online. I've looked everywhere.
I looked for the black kid in my neighborhood last night.
Did you?
Yeah, I looked for him. I think I found him. We have 2 mutual friends, and I think that and then he lives in Tampa. But I was looking for him last night. I just woke up, had a dream about him and his sister, and I looked him up, and I think I got him. His dad's on there, but his mom's not on there, and so I'm like, his mom might have passed. But what would you rather have? There's no question for me. To go back in time and re-experience your first kiss, or go back in time and re-experience the first time you had sex with someone.
First kiss.
Yeah, fuck first sex. First kiss. Marie Koval, 7th grade. We were up in my bedroom.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I'd rather do the sex. I don't know. I guess it would be super awkward, but then again, the first kiss probably would have been super awkward. I think mine was like 7th grade. I'm trying to think, 'cause I still think I'd rock with the first time having sex. I'm not sure.
Our parents were downstairs having like a dinner party, and we were just messing around, and I was on my back, and she was on her back, and we were listening to music, and she just rolled over. I think we were head to head. She just rolled over, leaned over, and started kissing me like upside down, and I just, dude, my tits got loose, like just shaky, and I lost my stomach, and then I was like, and then I heard my sister, Bert, Mom and Dad want you and Marie to come downstairs, and I'm like, oh, yeah, dude. And by the way, I kissed her probably like 4 times, and every single time felt like a first kiss.
Yeah. Oh. Dude, I remember there was this girl named Chrissy Hunt when I was real young, and she could have been 7 or she could have been fucking 40. And she, the first time we kissed, I think she had blood in her mouth for some reason. And it was because her teeth were all banged up. I don't know what happened to her. She may have been in a wreck right before we kissed. And, but she had blood in her mouth. And I remember thinking that was crazy. And then years later, but I remember, the kids and neighborhood kids would lock us in a room together. Really? And we weren't allowed to come out until we kissed. And it was just the hardest fucking thing in the world, bro. It was like, I was just... Because we both knew we had to, and I had to do something. I was supposed to like be the man, you know, but I couldn't be the man. Yeah. And I'm in the room, and all I want to do is kiss her, dude. And I'd usually been humping my pillow at night, and my buddy would come over, and we would practice humping our pillows. One of us would have a whistle and blow it on the other one if he was doing like bad moves on the pillow. Yeah.
Way too hard. Kind of rapey. Back off. There you go.
Back it off. Yeah. Neutral corners of the bed.
Wrong hole. There you go. Up under.
Oh, feathers.
feathers. You're fucking the feathers out of there, chick.
But it was fun, bro. And then I remember in junior high school, finally I got to date a girl, and she looked just like a boy. Everybody thought that she was
I wish they had Tom Segura on this with them.
Boy. And we would kiss like at the school bus would come, but it would come from the older school.
Also, speaking of that, send me if you guys have any good what is it, 2 Bears 1 Cave, send me any good clips with that. I'd love to watch those.
All the older kids were, and me and her would be standing there like waiting to kiss every time. We would always just end up hugging, and then somebody yelled out one time, just kiss each other, you fucking, and use the N-word at us, dude, right? And we were both white. And we're like, fuck, we got to do it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are getting us racially confused. They're starting to hate us so much. Yeah. So we fucking just started making out. What? So, dude, it's just crazy, the power of racism, dude.
I love it. That's what you draw out of that story.
Bro, and then I'm making out with this girl that looked like a boy.
The power of racism just overwhelming. Whatever.
Dude, it made me make out with the girl.
I dated her for 4 years.
Yeah. Then we dated for like a year. And she always wanted like baseball clothes and stuff for like all like the dances and all like dances. She wanted us to wear like baseball shit.
Oh, I went through a tear of lesbians, like dating lesbians. I went through a tear of them.
I could see that.
I had a period.
I actually want to sit with Bert because I feel like we have a lot of come. There was quite a few girls in the college when I went to college that I was like into, and we'd hang out, everything would be going good, and then I would find out they were into women as well, and it's like, could we both be into one woman together and maybe make this 3 people together? But it never worked out. Never worked out.
Immediately they'd come out gay, and I'd be like, God damn it, is it me? It's not me. I think that I was just that.
Yeah, dude,
I was the first step. I was the least threatening of what they were looking for.
You're like John Lovitz in League of Their Own. Just every time he goes there, he just pulls the lesbian out of. Hope you enjoyed that video.
Oh my god!
And you can watch another, and you can.
I'm excited to watch more Theo Von stuff. His stuff is so good, and then add Bert in. Did Theo ever have Tom on the past weekend? I'd be interested because I fucking he is so funny, and it's just like I said, like everything he says is like, it seems like so innocent and shit. So if you guys have any more good parts of this, or like I said, the 2 Bears 1 Cave, go ahead and send them over. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.